Greetings, mer and men. It is the Blueberg here. Todd Howard wakes up every morning, looks in the mirror, and asks himself one question. What can I sell gamers Skyrim on today? A VR headset, an Amazon Alexa, a refrigerator, or a pregnancy test? This man, no, this legend has re-released the same game so many times that at some point it stopped being a product and became an addiction. And I, like the completely reasonable man that I am, voted twice. Well, technically I paid once and then acquired a second copy through diplomatic negotiations with a generous Pakistani man who promised me it works, and it did. My fellow Todd Howard enthusiast, my NWAs, do I have something for you today? I am talking about the real Skyrim experience, a fully player-driven roleplay server where you can be anything: a gypsy, an Arab oil merchant, a Mossad agent, a professional gambler.
My name's Pullman, by the way. I'm a professional gambler.
You get to meet some very interesting characters, such as Charlie Stormkirk.
You are named Charlie Stormkirk. Are you sure you're here to roleplay?
Is that my name?
Kesh Patel.
My name is Kesh. Kesh Patel.
Okudar. Good to meet you, Kesh Patel.
And many friends that you will make along the way. This is a player-driven economy. The chaos is entirely self-inflicted, and I will be experiencing all of it as an orc with a suspiciously huge nose.
We are the people that knows what's going on.
Now, playing an orc in Skyrim is already the equivalent of showing up naked to a job interview. Nobody wants you here. The guard look at you like a structural problem and take you straight to the gulag the moment you dare argue back.
I really hope this is your first and last time here in the Castle dungeon. You don't seem like a bad orc, I guarantee you that.
What the heck is bad orc?
But my orc Uzgo did not come to Skyrim to assimilate. He came to open a thriving business, was inspired as all great orcish entrepreneurs by a mentor, Garbech Newell, who on his deathbed said, Uzgul, listen, orc alone, strong, orc together, stronger, Khajiit, Argonian, and orc together. Then he died. What I did not expect was the voice. And I want to be very clear, I'm not talking about the Dragonborn's voice. Mine does something significantly more dangerous. It breaks composure. It builds friendships and it makes guilds sing songs of happiness after I introduce them to my epic plans for my merchants guild. One thing you'll notice on this server is that everyone is trying to sell you something, and more often than not, they'll try to rip you off. I figured this out the hard way as I got scammed by an elf who sold me a pickaxe for 20 centimes. But as my favorite philosopher of all time, Jinsen Huang, once said, smart people focus on the right things, which is why I picked miner as a profession, only to realize that mining in this server is just a walking simulator where your entire gameplay loop is traveling from one ore vein to another and watching it be depleted because some unemployed guy on welfare with no sleep schedule got there 20 minutes before you and will keep getting there 20 minutes before you for the rest of your life. Thankfully, the real currency here have nothing to do with coin anyway. It is clout, what gear you wear, and who lets you into the room where decisions are made.
I love you. Family.
The server also works as a political asylum where every race is exactly what they have to be in real life. The Khajiits are the gypsies, selling things of questionable origins. The Nords are the Northern Europeans of Skyrim. angry about something that happened before any of them were born, and are absolutely willing to explain it to you at length. The High Elves are the French, convinced of their own cultural superiority, get deeply offended when nobody agrees. The Argonians are just the people who showed up, got discriminated against anyways, and have decided that engaging with any of this is simply not worth their time. But here's what I need to stop and correct anyone still asking, but what can you do in this server? The question is not what can you do, but what do you want to do? Personally, I'd say fuck around and find out. I once told a guard outside Whiterun that an orcish invasion was imminent, except within 40 minutes, the city government had convened an emergency session and the server was running at 10 frames per second based on a joke I made to a stranger I will never see again. There is also nepotism, and I am not going to pretend otherwise. Who you know determines what you can access, what protection you receive, and how much the rules bends in your direction. With all that said, this server has something genuinely rare. A world that reacts to what you do, people who are welcoming and brilliant, an economy that punches stupidity and rewards patience, which is more narrative satisfaction than most games have given me in years. If you enjoyed this video, leave a comment with your funniest moment in Kizal Online, and if you have none, go make one. The server is free and the gates are open. Like, subscribe, and may the sun keep you warm even in this land of bitter cold.